Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I'm about to expose is going to make your blood boil. For 28 years, Mauricio Umansky paraded Kyle Richards as the perfect wife on national television, while secretly stabbing her in the back in the most disgusting way possible. New court documents just dropped, and they prove that this man didn't just cheat on her. He literally transferred his entire $47 million empire into the name of his secret mistress, so Kyle would be left with absolutely nothing. Not after the divorce. Not during the divorce. But 4 months before she even filed. Insiders are saying when Kyle found out in court, she completely broke. She stood up shaking, tears pouring down her face, and screamed, "After everything I gave you, you gave our entire life to that woman?" The judge was so furious, he allegedly said, "This doesn't look like asset protection, Mr. Umansky. This looks like fraud." But here's the part that's actually insane. His own mistress just turned on him in court and is now working with Kyle. This isn't just a divorce. This is straight up betrayal at its most evil level. What I'm about to tell you next, the leaked messages, the $47 million transfers, and the final bomb that could send Mauricio to prison will leave you speechless. You're not going to believe what this man did. Keep watching, because it only gets worse from here. Guys, let's be real, this divorce was never going to be clean. Everyone in their inner circle knew a massive storm was coming. For 28 years, Mauricio Umansky and Kyle Richards sold us the ultimate Beverly Hills fairy tale. The handsome, ambitious husband, the loyal, famous wife, the 4 beautiful kids. Private jets, insane mansions, and that picture-perfect smile they flashed every week on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But behind the cameras, the marriage had been rotting for years. According to multiple insiders who spoke exclusively to us, Mauricio had grown ice cold. While Kyle was still fighting to protect their family image on national TV, Mauricio was already calling her a liability in private conversations. Leaked messages allegedly show him telling his closest friends, "I will never let her take half of everything I built." Think about that for a second. This is the same man who used Kyle's fame to turn a small real estate office into a global empire. Every episode of Buying Beverly Hills and Real Housewives was basically a free commercial for his agency. Kyle didn't just support him, she became the face of his brand. The luxury parties, the designer clothes, the multi-million-dollar listings. It was all built on her connections and her willingness to put their life on camera. Yet sources claim Mauricio had been planning his escape for a long time. The public cheating rumors, the Malibu mansion fraud case, and the constant pressure had completely poisoned their relationship. While Kyle was still wearing her wedding ring and defending him on television, Mauricio was quietly building a secret exit plan. Insiders say he had grown obsessed with protecting his money. He reportedly told one confidant, "Kyle thinks this is all ours. She has no idea what's coming." And what was coming was one of the most ruthless moves we've ever seen in a celebrity divorce. Because while the world still believed they were working on their marriage, Mauricio wasn't just preparing for divorce. He was preparing to completely wipe Kyle out. What he did next was so cold, so calculated, and so evil that when it finally came out in court, even the judge couldn't hide his disgust. And, trust me, we're only getting started. The real bombshell is about to drop. But what this man actually did, bro, it's straight up demonic. The courtroom in downtown Los Angeles was supposed to be just another divorce hearing. Instead, it turned into an absolute war zone the moment Kyle's lawyer stood up and dropped the first nuke. "Your Honor," she said, voice shaking with rage, "we have irrefutable proof that Mr. Umansky began secretly transferring his entire empire 4 months before my client even filed for divorce." The entire room went dead silent. Documents started hitting the judge's desk one after another. Beverly Hills mansions, the Aspen estate, his majority shares in the agency, offshore accounts, over $47 million in assets, all quietly moved into the name of one woman the public had never heard of. Elena Voss. Not a business partner. Not a family member. His 34-year-old secret mistress. According to leaked court filings, Elena wasn't just some random woman. She was a former executive at his own company, the same woman he had been hiding and sleeping with for over 2 years while still filming lovey-dovey scenes with Kyle for reality TV. When the judge read the transfer dates out loud, Kyle Richards completely lost it. Insiders sitting behind her say she started shaking uncontrollably. Tears were streaming down her face as she whispered in complete disbelief. He gave everything to her. After 28 years. Then she snapped. Kyle suddenly stood up, looked directly at Mauricio with pure heartbreak and fury in her eyes and screamed, "After everything I sacrificed for you. I built this empire with you. I put our entire life on television for you. And you did this to me." The courtroom staff looked visibly uncomfortable. Even the judge had to call for order multiple times. But here's where it gets even more disgusting. Mauricio just sat there, stone-faced, cold, not even looking at his wife of nearly 3 decades. His usual cocky smirk had completely vanished. Sources say his hands were shaking under the table because he knew the game was over. Leaked messages recovered from his deleted files made the situation 10 times worse. In one text sent to Elena just 3 weeks before the divorce filing, Mauricio allegedly wrote, "Once this is done, everything will be in your name. Don't worry, baby. When the divorce is over, I'll move it all back. Kyle will get nothing. This is our future now." When that message was read in court, the room erupted. Kyle broke down in loud sobs. The betrayal was so raw that people watching said it looked like she had been stabbed in the chest. This wasn't asset protection. This was a cold-blooded, premeditated plan to technically bankrupt himself on paper so Kyle would walk away with zero from the empire she helped build. He was trying to steal her entire future. But just when everyone thought this was the worst part, came the twist nobody saw coming. Elena Voss's own lawyer suddenly stood up and asked to address the court. Instead of defending Mauricio, he dropped a second nuclear bomb. "My client is now fully cooperating with Mrs. Richards' legal team." That's right. The same secret Mistress Mauricio gave his entire empire to just turned on him and is working with Kyle. According to sworn statements, Elena told investigators that Mauricio had promised to marry her and give her permanent ownership of the agency once the divorce was finalized. She even handed over more evidence, including a handwritten note from Mauricio that said, "Burn everything that connects us. If Kyle finds out what we did, I'm finished." The judge looked furious. He stared at Mauricio and said, "This doesn't look like divorce planning. This looks like intentional fraud." The man who spent years bragging on TV about being a family man had just been completely exposed as a calculated liar willing to burn his wife and kids to protect his money. But even this wasn't the biggest twist. Because according to insiders close to Kyle's team, this is still not the worst evidence they have. They're holding back one final bomb that could not only destroy Mauricio's remaining defense, but potentially send him to prison. And they're planning to drop it at the next hearing. This story is getting darker by the hour. But wait, it gets even worse. So much worse. Within minutes of the hearing ending, the story went completely nuclear. The clip of Kyle breaking down in court, screaming at Mauricio while shaking, has already crossed 31 million views in less than 12 hours. And what leaked next has everyone calling Mauricio a straight-up monster. According to new documents obtained by our sources, this wasn't just a few properties. Mauricio had been secretly funneling money from the agency's business accounts directly into Elena Voss's private LLC for over 18 months. That's tens of millions of dollars that should have been company revenue. We're talking possible tax fraud, money laundering, and serious federal crimes. One insider close to the agency told us he wasn't protecting his money. He was robbing his own company in broad daylight to pay off his mistress. But the most disturbing part? A new set of recovered messages shows Mauricio telling Elena, "I don't care what it takes. Kyle has been riding my success for 28 years. She deserves nothing. Once this is over, we disappear together." When these messages were shown to Kyle in court, she reportedly vomited in the bathroom. Multiple people present said she was heard crying hysterically, repeating, "My whole life was a lie. My whole life was a lie." This is no longer just a divorce. This is betrayal on steroids. And here comes the twist that nobody, not even Kyle's own legal team, saw coming. Late last night, a brand new sworn statement from Elena Voss was filed. In it, she claims Mauricio told her multiple times that if Kyle tried to fight back, he had a plan B that would destroy her reputation forever. Elena wrote that Mauricio allegedly said, "I have videos and photos that will make sure Kyle stays quiet. She'll be too embarrassed to show her face again." Yes, you heard that right. This man wasn't just trying to steal Kyle's money, he was allegedly preparing to blackmail her using private, intimate material if she didn't back down. The judge has now frozen all the transferred assets and is seriously considering handing the entire case over to the district attorney for criminal investigation. Mauricio's empire is collapsing in real time. His reputation is dead. Brands are pulling out. Agents are quitting. But the scariest part? Kyle's lawyer stood up at the end of the hearing and said with ice-cold confidence, "What we presented today is nothing. The evidence we are holding back will end him completely." And they're dropping it at the next court date. This is getting darker than anyone imagined. The internet didn't just explode. It went into full meltdown mode. Within 2 hours of the hearing ending, the hashtag Mauricio Exposed was trending worldwide with over 6.2 million tweets. The clip of Kyle screaming, "After everything I gave you," has now been viewed more than 43 million times. And the comments? Pure rage. Thousands of women are flooding social media calling Mauricio a calculated monster, the ultimate backstabber, and the most evil husband in reality TV history. One viral comment that got over 400K likes read, "28 years of marriage, and he gave every single penny to his side chick? This is beyond evil. Kyle deserves the whole empire." But it's not one-sided. A loud group is defending Mauricio, saying it's his money, he can do whatever he wants. These comments are getting heavily ratioed and attacked. The comment sections have turned into complete war zones with people threatening each other. Even the Real Housewives universe is on fire. Multiple current and former cast members have posted shady messages clearly supporting Kyle. One very famous housewife allegedly texted a friend, which later leaked, "What Mauricio did is disgusting. He didn't just betray Kyle, he destroyed their entire family. This is the most calculated thing I've ever seen." The real estate industry in Beverly Hills has completely turned against him. Several top agents and developers have started distancing themselves publicly. One prominent broker told Page 6 anonymously, his brand is finished. No high-net-worth client wants to work with a man who secretly funneled millions to his mistress to screw over his wife of 28 years. The damage is irreversible. Inside the agency, it's total chaos. Multiple senior agents have already resigned. One leaked internal email said, "I can no longer sell clients on the family values brand when the founder gave everything to his secret girlfriend." Guys, this scandal has gone way beyond celebrity gossip. Banks are reviewing their loans. Federal investigators have reportedly opened a file, and Mauricio's once golden reputation is now in the dirt. But even with all this destruction, insiders close to Kyle's legal team are saying the public has only seen 30% of the evidence. They're still holding back the most damaging information of all. And according to sources, when they drop it in the next hearing, it's going to be catastrophic. This story is far from over. In fact, it's about to get a lot uglier. But just when you thought this story couldn't get any darker, it just did. In the final moments of the hearing, as the judge was about to adjourn, Kyle's lead attorney stood up one last time with a single envelope in her hand and said, "Your Honor, before we end today, you need to see this." What she submitted next has completely changed the entire case. According to insiders who were present, the documents prove that Mauricio didn't just transfer the assets to Elena Voss, he had signed a permanent, irrevocable agreement giving her full legal ownership with zero obligation to ever return anything. And the most sickening part? The contract contains a clause written by Mauricio himself that reads, "In exchange for emotional and physical support during this difficult period, Elena Voss shall retain permanent ownership of all assets should Kyle Richards challenge this arrangement." He literally paid his mistress with his entire empire to stay silent and help him destroy his wife of 28 years. When this paragraph was read aloud in court, Kyle let out a scream so painful that people in the hallway could hear it. She collapsed into her chair, sobbing uncontrollably, repeating, "He sold me. He sold our entire life to her." Mauricio, who had stayed silent the entire day, finally broke. Multiple witnesses say he started crying in court, not from guilt, but from panic. His empire, his reputation, and his freedom are now slipping away in real time. But here's the final twist that has everyone terrified. Elena Voss has allegedly handed over sex tapes and explicit videos that Mauricio recorded of them together. Sources claim these videos also contain private conversations where Mauricio openly admits to hiding assets and planning to leave Kyle with nothing. Kyle's team now has these tapes in their possession. The judge looked visibly disgusted and reportedly told Mauricio's lawyers, "This case is no longer about divorce. This is now a criminal matter." He has ordered a full investigation, and the next hearing is scheduled in just 9 days. Insiders close to the case are saying the evidence Kyle's team is still holding back is even worse than the tapes. They claim it could not only send Mauricio to prison for years, but might destroy several other big names connected to him. This divorce has officially gone from ugly to potentially career-ending and life-destroying. The worst is yet to come. Now tell me, are you as disgusted and shocked as I am right now? This man didn't just cheat on Kyle. He didn't just lie for years. He systematically transferred his entire empire to his secret mistress, so the woman who stood by him for 28 years would be left with absolutely nothing. That's not divorce. That's pure evil. So I want to know right now, whose side are you on? Do you think Mauricio is a calculated monster who deserves to lose everything and go to prison? Or do you believe it's his money and he had every right to protect it from Kyle? Team Kyle or Team Mauricio? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. Be brutal. Be ruthless. Say exactly what you're thinking. This comment section is going to be absolute fire, and I'm reading every single comment. If you're Team Kyle and want justice, smash that like button. If this betrayal made your blood boil, hit like right now. And if you want to stay ahead of every single update in this case, because trust me, the next hearing is going to be even more explosive, then hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are tracking every leaked document, every new message, and every dirty secret that comes out. The final bomb Kyle's team is holding back is apparently so devastating that it could send Mauricio to prison for years. I'm dropping that next video the moment it surfaces. This story is far from over. In fact, it's only getting darker and uglier. So tell me in the comments right now, should Kyle still get 50% of the empire after everything she sacrificed? Or did Mauricio play the game smart? I'm waiting for your replies. The most brutal comments will be pinned. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, because this one is about to get wild.